Okay, now we're getting to the meat of this. Your clients have set goals. You're helping them determine their goals. They're understanding the concept of saving, possibly directly in relation to their goals and nothing else, but hey, we start with what we can start with. And now we're going to look at managing spending. There's resistance to tracking your expenses in all sorts of ways. Again, always recommend that you try this yourself and see where you're finding your resistance. The big excuse I get is that I don't have time. And what I found in an exercise with one of the classes, we averaged the time that it took 7 families of diverse sizes and discovered that it took about 3 minutes and 26 seconds a week to record tracking. When I tell people that, they realize that time is just the easy, conventional excuse for saying anything that you don't want to do. Inconvenience. Tracking where your money goes is a new habit. So brainstorm with the participant ways to make it easier. The truth is, once they have a system down, tracking quickly becomes automatic and routine. The tracking might be on their cell phone, it might be on an app, but whatever. They can develop simple ways of doing this. People say, I get 2 days done and then I stop. I encourage them to not think that it's an all or nothing type of game. You're going to learn how to do this. So focus on the successes. Encourage them not to stop because of a missed day. Keep going. The data is valuable to them. Studies show that most people don't track because they don't want to know where their money goes, because they know it conflicts with their current beliefs, and none of us want to be wrong. So that's the main reason people don't want to track. How to track? Create a list of expenses and find a way of keeping track of them. On page 118 of Your Money or Your Goals is a way of doing this. It breaks it into categories. Many families have different words for the way they spend their money. Standardization can help you understand things, but it may just confuse your participants. Be aware. Even 1 week of good tracking can result in insights that years of mental assumptions have hidden. For instance, when one of my clients discovered just how much they were spending on soda, that transformed their lives about buying soda. And they went through various steps to reduce it. If you've tracked yourself and have been able to describe how long it takes and the benefits you gain from your experience, it will be of immense value in convincing participants to try it. And, by the way, this is an ideal thing to incentivize if you have funds to do it. If they show you a tracking sheet for a week, they get this amount. If they show you a tracking sheet for 4 weeks that you believe, then they get more. It's a great tool. When you've been tracking, it's helpful to have outside eyes on it. So I want you to remember that this is one of the things that you can offer your participants. As a coach, you can help them understand the data. We all have things that we could give up. Let the participant identify the expenses that they might want to reduce. If you have real-life examples, it's a good time to share them. I'm able to tell people about my dollar store habit back in 1999 when I started doing this, and how I realized that if I avoided dollar stores, just doing that would save me about $60 a month. I had a spending habit in the past. Ask them if they have favorite ways they save. This is very helpful for getting ideas to share with our with other participants. What would they like to change? What are tangible resources that you can point to them that might save them money? Although CVOEO runs the Chittenden Food Shelf, the largest in Vermont, it's amazing to me how a number of my clients don't know that they can use it. So don't be embarrassed to mention the obvious, I guess, is my suggestion there. When they've done the work of tracking, they can look at what is going to be cutting costs. There's spending that cannot be cut in general. What do they believe that falls into this category? Spending that can be totally cut. Is there anything that really can be done? Is it possible to do it totally? Very often people will say, I'm going to give up soda forever. Well, that's not going to be do that. But many people will agree to cuts that they think you expect. Do you think that's going to last? That society may not approve of. Cigarettes is the big example here. And they're very happy to cut the costs that will not impact them, like, for instance, the wife who's perfectly happy to cut the sports channels from the cable. Encourage realism. Do some math to show the implications. I have great fun showing people how a 99-cent cup of coffee every day, every weekday, means that they're spending $4.95 a week. Then I multiply that by 52, and I say to them, that's $257. What would you do with $257? And then I will multiply that by the number of years that they have until retirement. So let's say I'm talking to a 25-year-old. I ask them what they would really like to do with $10,296 in the next few years. This gives them some implications that are a little bit beyond the 99 cents every morning. Okay, this has been a longer session than usual. Feel free to go back and repeat it and get information from about the slides if you haven't been listening to me, or from the talk if you've been writing down notes on the slides. See you soon.